Okay, so first of all, the most straightforward search that you can do in English is Google Maps, which I'm sure a lot of people know already, but just to show you a few pointers about what you find and what you don't find. Give me a bit of a overview here. So let's go Kofun, as in English, Kofun, in Google Maps. So you can see straight away, a few of the famous ones come up. The Mozu, Kofun, Daisenryo, and Ishibutai. They're probably amongst the most famous. So, if you can zoom in, and particularly around Osaka, Nara, this is the classic, sort of shape and image that most people think about. If they know a little bit about Kofun, they think about this. But as we know, there's a lot more than just that. So for the purpose of this, let's focus more around Tokyo, as I'm sure a lot of people going to Japan will be based in Tokyo, and if they want some easy nearby Kofun to see, there are definitely a few. So if we search here, see what comes up. Okay, so this one, Shiba Maruyama Tumulus, aka Kofun. Alright, let's click on the thing. Alright, so as you would probably know, find it on Google, gives you pics about how it all looks. There'll be some reviews and such. I don't need to go into all that, I don't think. Interesting point is, I guess, you can see obviously a lot of Kofun from the air. The shape is clear, others it's not, but this one you can see kind of goes around this way, then the tail end is there, so it's that keyhole sort of shape. And this one, as you'll see in a second, it's right next to Tokyo Tower, so big touristy place of Japan. So if you're in this area, go to this park. Park is called Shiba Koen, or Shiba Park there, and you've got a pretty decent Kofun right there. I think I've got a video, or I do have a video for that on my channel as well. And then for something a bit more local, let's do another search. I'll go to kind of where I used to live in Japan, in Tokyo. So search this area. Okay, yep, so this one comes up. Akabane Dai number 3 Tombstone Chamber, which is a long way of saying it's another Kofun. So this one's a bit different. As you would know, you can bring your person down, get down to the street, see what's going on. So in fact what this is, it's actually just like the remains of an inner chamber, which they've kind of protected in this way. So this is pretty cool. Just go back, and obviously you can go here, get some pics, and that's actually how it looks under that sort of covering. I've been there but not filmed it, but I'm definitely going to do so. And just to show you how the English search isn't really the best, although like I said, you're going to get enough Kofun, but if you want to get more deep into it, let's go to get my bearings here. Alright, okay, so as you can see here, there's this station Oji and Asukayama Park, which is actually a cool sakura or cherry blossom spot as well. But if you search, as in search with English, nothing comes up for Kofun. However, as you'll see shortly, when I search in Japanese, something's going to magically appear in there. So that's a pretty interesting point as to why using the Japanese is going to be better if you really want to get more of these things. Yeah, so I mean I don't think again I need to explain too much about using Google Maps. But yeah, chuck in the English word Kofun and choose your area. Okay, let's just go to Saitama, which also has a few Kofun, or quite a few. I think more. Yeah, there's a few Kofun here around Gyoto, including this one, Saitama Ancient Tomb Park, Kofun Ancient Tomb Park. It's got about almost 3,000 likes or reviews there, so yeah, it's one of the major ones. So you'll see them from the air as well. Kofun, 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 Kofun. Another one. This is a very cool place. So yeah, got a few videos there too, and I definitely recommend. If I give you one suggestion, if you've only got one trip, one Kofun trip whilst you're in Japan, come here, Saitama Kofun Group. Probably get there within an hour or less from Tokyo, and you can use the train as well. Cool. So that's Google Maps using English Kofun. Okay, so now we're going to level up a little bit and search in Japanese. Now, you don't need to know Japanese or anything really for this, because it's just a matter of copying and pasting the right characters. So, if you know how to type in Kofun in Japanese, great. If not, the easy way, there's a few ways. You can just type this Kofun in Google and find the Japanese characters for it, or okay, you've searched for your Kofun in Japanese, in English already, sorry, then the results will come up, and then generally speaking, I think if not always, it gives you the English, but you'll see these two characters. So these two characters say Kofun in Japanese. So just copy those, chuck them into your search, bang, and away you go. So yeah, this, obviously you have to zoom in different levels to see different amounts of Kofun, but I think you're seeing already it's giving you more than English. Now to make the point which I was sort of showing you before about that place in Tokyo, so let's go back to Tokyo and looking for OG. Okay, so here, OG station, remember this is the Asukayama Park. So searching with Japanese Kofun, search. Okay, lo and behold, Asukayama Tumulus, aka Kofun, comes up. And then yeah, what that is a Kofun within that park. Yes, also a video on my channel. Yeah, so once again, get your pics. I think you should be able to bring the person down here as well. Okay, and this is going to show you. Okay, we're actually on top of the Kofun here, so if we can come out here a little bit. Alright, so this is that actual Kofun in the park. So again, this isn't really a Google Maps instructional video, but I'm sure you bring your man down and have a look, and that's what it looks like. Just that mound there is your 1500-year-old tomb. Okay, so back off this, and then again we can kind of zoom to a certain area. Let's go back to Gunma as my Kofun heavy area, and again search. Don't want that, I don't want to come up. Okay, and yeah, I didn't really do any depth of English in here, but yeah, again, it's giving you quite a few in Japanese that won't necessarily have English on them like what I'm showing here over the left. So yeah, it gives you a lot more. And again, if you want to see how it looks, you can try and see from the air. That gives you some impression of that. Bring your man down. You may or may not be able to see that. So okay, the sun's right at it, but let's just go across. Okay, so that there is your Kofun there. Yeah, so that's your search using Japanese, or the Japanese characters for Kofun, and like I said, it's going to give you more than English will give you, so give that a go and yeah, see how you go. Okay, so next English site is this one here, the Megalithic Portal, megalithic.co.uk. So as the name indicates, and as you can see with some of the pictures here, this website focuses on megaliths, but basically all kinds of ancient archaeological sites like stone circles, ancient fortresses, linear arrangements, tombs like I guess Kofun of other countries, standing stones like this one here in Cork in Ireland, passage grave, I guess this is France. So yeah, quite a few things. Its primary focus is the UK and Europe, but it does delve into other countries as well, including of course Japan, which is why we're here. So to get to see the Japanese stuff in here, go to this, prehistoric sites, rest of the world. Then you can choose your country here. Okay, then this comes up, which is kind of like a Google Maps type representation of sites. And yeah, like this shows you how many sites there are sort of in Japan on this website. So totaling that up roughly, it's like around 1,000 or so. They're not all Kofun, there are other things too, but I'll talk about that in a sec. So let's just focus on a particular area here. So let's zoom into Gunma, which is a Kofun abundant place. And let's have a look at this. So I should just mention, so every place has these little icons which represent different types of sites. I'll explain those in a sec. So let's go here. Okay, so this is typical of what you'll see as the information for each site. Gives you the English name in Japanese, the region, the type, which is sort of the category they file it under, which I'll explain a bit more shortly. And yeah, where it is, Alta in Gunma, blah blah blah. Good thing here is it gives you GPS coordinates, which are definitely useful, especially if you're looking for these sites, like up in the mountains or something. Yeah, I've actually taken advantage of that quite a few times. Also, it gives you links to like, I guess, external mapping type sites, Zoom Earth, Bing Maps, Google Maps. I'll show you that in a sec. And yeah, and then here's generally they give you a photo or two or three about each site. It doesn't give you a great depth of information. This, by the way, this Tsukama, try that again, Tsukamawari Kofun is actually a video on my website too. It's pretty cool. And yeah, and they give you a little write-up for some of them too, and a pretty basic write-up. You don't get too much info from here. But you get a lot of locations, and so if you scroll down, it gives you sort of nearby sites. This is the one we're looking at, and these are all different things around it. And these indicators are marked here as links as well, and it tells you how far it is from the site you're currently at. So heaps and heaps of stuff. You can see quite a few Kofun here. Temple, Jinja Shrine, there's a standing stone there, and so on. Yeah, so that's that. Now let's have a look at these types. So the Kofun on this website are categorized under a few of these types. Like long barrow is one. So generally I think that's the way they represent keyhole tombs, more or less. So you can see this is a map showing the keyhole tombs that they have on this website. Definitely not all of these in Japan, but just what this website has. And here, these are pictures of some of the others. So for example, another one here. Yoro Hizako Zuka Kofun. And here's the Japanese name of it. Again, all your info and some pics. So this is your classic keyhole shape, Kofun. And a little bit of information again. Okay, so just going back to these types. So Kofun are generally here under long barrow, chambered can, as you can see, which are more the stone looking Kofun. Heaps of cool ones here. And they're also here under passage grave. Has quite a few. Ishibutai, this one in Tokyo, a few of these are on my channel too, and again it shows you can click on each one and get the info of it, and it lists them out here. So yeah, that's cool. So aside from that, also has other things in here which would have appeared on my channel, some of them. So for example, you've got stone circles, all these, so you can see they run from the top of Japan right down to the bottom. Quite a few, more than I think a lot of people would realize. And yeah, again, same type of info. This is one that's on my YouTube channel, Koma Kino, which is really, really cool. And yeah, otherwise you've got also pyramids. Quite a few of these guys are on my channel as well, and I think more to come. And something I'll just point out here too, finally, most, if not everything on here under Japan has been posted here by this this user, Asuka. It's actually a Japanese guy. I've seen pics of him on here. So he's, I don't know, I'm assuming he's retired and he just goes around seeking out these sites. Pretty cool lifestyle. And yeah, this one's also on my channel. So this is very cool. By no means is it in depth in terms of Kofun, but there's quite a few here, and some that might not be on Google Maps. And speaking of Google Maps, actually, I will show you how it looks. So let's go back to a Kofun, for example. Okay, see this one. Nagareyama Kofun, Nara. Okay, so if you want to go and check that up, click on this one. Takes you to Google Maps. Like I said, takes it directly to the GPS location, which is here. So you can zoom in. Clearly you can see that's a Kofun from above. You can close that GPS off and then click on the actual Google description marker for it, and then yeah, you'll have your pics and so on. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the megalithic portal. Okay, so next we have Wikipedia, which is probably the most obvious to most people, but I thought I'd just run through what comes up in here for Kofun and show you a couple pointers as well. So type in Kofun. Alright, obviously gives you the background, overview, history and so on, but we want to see where some of them are, so to do so, if you come down a bit further, it takes you to the types. Under the types there'll be some examples, so octagonal Kofun, and here's a list of some of them. So you probably know the ones in red don't actually have a write-up, the ones in blue do. So let's go and have a look at this one. Kajiyama Kofun. This is in Tottori Prefecture, and it's actually very cool. I've been there, and it's a pending video of mine one day. So you got your GPS coords, and that'll take you to whatever map system you want to use. If not, you can always try and search by the English. It might come up in Google Maps. If not, the Japanese more than likely will. So yeah, it's kind of simple as that, and then get a bit of info there, a bit of history. So yeah, then go look sort of further ahead. There's a few other things mentioned here. This one in Tokyo. This one, what was that? Saitama. Okay, so yeah, there's a couple there. Not too much is listed on this site, but I'll show you the next page, which will have more. It also has this UNESCO Kofun group, which are the actual Mozu Kofun tombs, which are essentially the very, very large tombs which you can't go on. You can only view from the sort of perimeter, which are these ones. Do I recommend going there? Yeah, just to sort of, get the vibe of how big it is, but honestly speaking, you don't really see much other than trees and, kind of the moat around them from certain points if you're lucky, sometimes then even not. But yeah, I mean, they're cool nonetheless, and just to get a gauge of their size, it is worth checking out. Okay, so aside from the main Kofun page, the other way is to look at these list of historic sites of Japan, and you can actually search for this by prefecture. So I've just started off here with Gunma because I love Gunma. And then if you flick through, it's going to have all kinds of historic things within those prefectures, but Kofun are amongst that. So you've got one here, another one here, another one there. Yeah, in amongst other things, castles and silk mill. This one here. Yeah, sort of Edo residences, ruins, blah blah blah. But yeah, quite a few Kofun mentioned in here. If you go a bit further down, there's more here too, but go to the prefectural historic. Try that again. The prefectural historic sites, which lists probably more than above in the national sites. The problem, a lot of these don't have the English articles, but you've certainly got the names, so you can search Google Maps, you can try the English. If it doesn't come up, you can try the Japanese. So, and plus you've got the GPS coords. So, let's just try. Search this as an example, see if the English comes up. Yeah, so see, it doesn't actually come up. So this is a good example where put in the Japanese, and that's the one. So yeah, that's one. Mayabashi Gunma. Here you've got Mayabashi, which is Gunma. And yeah, I mean, of course you can just click on the coords here, which goes to the map as well. And that's the same thing as we found over here. See this Kasuka wa Machi Tsukida. There, same thing. So that's that one. So that's how you can do that. There's quite a few here. Kofun Castle, and so on. Yeah, and just for example of something else, go here and put in Nagano. Same deal, bunch of stuff, ruins and so on. But in amongst that, Kofun, castles, Kofun, yeah. And again, if you go down to the prefectural level, which seems to have more, because Kofun aren't generally rated at the national level of protection or importance for whatever reason. Yeah, you get quite a few Kofun mentioned down in this level. Okay, you can see this one, no English, but it's got a Japanese page. Yeah, and again, you can try and search either of those or use this on your Google Maps. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Wikipedia. So definitely not in depth and probably the least deep resource of everything I'm showing here, but certainly worth a try. You'll find some things that you wouldn't have known about, perhaps even looking at Google Maps. So yeah, give it a go.